Hi there folks, last time out we were looking at the White Taurus, a commuter and easygoing gravel bike which was ready to be your wallet-friendly workhorse. In this new video we're looking at the performance end of the gravel bike spectrum with the incredible Orbea Terra. We're going to talk you through its new design, features and most importantly what it's like to ride out on the trail, whilst taking in some of the best views of our hometown, Swansea City by the sea. Welcome back to the channel and thanks for tuning in for another review. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our reviews and cycling content. And if you enjoy the video, then give us a thumbs up. Now at the start of the year, we reviewed the Occam, Orbea's full suspension trail bike. At the time, I talked about how the new Occam had developed a split personality, that there was a lightweight SL model and an LT or long travel model. One bike, two platforms for riders to have a defined bike for their style of riding. Well, Orbea have taken the same approach with this new version of the Terra. We have a Terra Race, which, as you would rightly guess, is their gravel race bike. And we have this bike, the Terra, which is a more adventure-ready option, with more relaxed geometry, improved comfort, and more versatility. Now, there's a lot more that separates these two bikes, but we're just going to focus on the Terra in today's video. If you want all the info on the race version, you can head to uprisebikes.com, where you can also find all of Orbea's latest road, gravel, mountain, urban, and electric bikes. This year's Terra uses Orbea's OMR carbon fibre layup for the ideal blend of compliance and strength. The OMX carbon technology is reserved for the race model and offers a stiffer, more efficient platform to really get the power down. But that's not the priority with this Terra. Here, enjoying the journey is as important as how quickly you get to the destination. The frame design is revised and engineered with improved vibration damping to significantly reduce trail buzz and chatter, and that's thanks to what Orbea call frame absorption points. You can see these cutouts on the chainstays and the fork. There's a slim top tube profile to take the edge off, and we have a shorter seat tube with a more relaxed angle which allows the seat post to flex more. Let's talk more about the most noticeable part of the new design, the down tube. It's not a conventional shape for a down tube, and that's because where it flares out and expands, we have internal frame storage. We've been seeing this feature a lot on mountain bikes over the last few years, and in my opinion, it's a good thing that we're seeing it on gravel bikes now, or at least on adventure gravel bikes, because you won't get this on the Terra Race model. It's increased in volume by 35%, but the opening isn't the widest, so you'll just need to be a bit more careful, planning on what you take with you and where you carry it. There is a tool wrap included, which is dead handy. We've got more mounting options for bags and accessories, with spaces under the down tube and on the top tube. Plus there's mounts on the forks and on the seat tube. Just on the Terra's geometry, we have a reasonably long wheelbase for more stability and control. The extended reach and taller stack pair nicely with a shorter stem, delivering sharper steering and improved handling. On top of this, the fork uses size-specific trail, which is the fork's angle relative to the contact patch on the ground. Ultimately, this should provide a more balanced steering quality for every rider across all sizes. These geometry and design concepts are what set bikes like the Terra apart from a great many options on the market. They really do improve the ride, and it's great to see Orbea continuously trying to develop and improve their ride quality for their bikes. Lastly, we're just going to touch on some of the Terra's frame features. There's the option to run a universal derailleur hanger, and as you can see, our MT model is running the new SRAM Force Explore 13-speed drivetrain. If you don't fancy a SRAM setup, Orbea are offering builds with 1x and 2x Shimano GRX setups, but only 1x with SRAM, and it's wireless only. But who knows, now the mechanical T-type systems have hit the market, maybe there will be one or two of those to look forward to in the future. The frame takes a 27.2mm seat post, and it's dropper post ready. There are no models fitted with one out of the box, but you can upgrade if you feel you want to. It's not something we really felt the need to while we were riding in Swansea, but if you do push the bike a bit harder down some more technical terrain, it could be a good move. There's really good tyre clearance here too, with plenty of space for a knobbly 50C tyre or 45Cs with mudguards fitted. We're running pretty high pressures today because the terrain is very dry and hard, but it's good to know you can drop to lower pressures in the winter and not have to worry about your tyres rubbing on the frame or the fork. As you'd expect, we have internal cable routing for that cleaner setup, and there's a neat little chainstay protector for chain slap. What you might not be able to see is the amount of frame protection we have. I mean, excluding the down tube guard at the bottom, the Terra comes fitted with some clear frame protection stickers all the way up the down tube and on the head tube. There's some fitted on the front half of the top tube to protect the frame if you run a top tube bag. There's a good covering around the bottom bracket and smaller areas on the seat and chainstays. Really, the only place we'd like to see some is on the back of the seat tube, But this is already way more than you get with a lot of bikes, so big kudos to Orbea. They're thinking about keeping your frame as clean and damage-free as possible and really looking after that lovely paint job. I do just want to mention the colour options this year. They look really good, so go check them out at uprisebikes.com. Our demo model is one of the custom ones designed using the Myo customization tool on Orbea's website. Because all the models are carbon, even the entry point to the range, I think it's the M30, comes in at around £2,600. You can custom colour that model too, and it's available in a 1x or 2x Shimano drivetrain, so lots of ways to personalise your own Terra this year. Okay, I think that covers most of the key points on the bike, so it's time to hit the trails. Our ride location for today is Kilvey Hill, which provides some stunning views over Swansea Bay and is home to a vibrant woodland with some rough gravel paths zigzagging across the hillside, perfect for an adventure bike like the Terra. As we alluded to earlier, the Terra has a sizable cassette giving you plenty of range for crushing the climbs, and that's exactly where we're going to start. Just because the Terra is built with comfort and long distance riding in mind, that doesn't mean it's a slouch. In fact, it's the complete opposite. When you attack the climbs, you get a sense that the Terra is quietly egging you on, and you feel the alter ego of the Terra race model wanting to make an appearance. Despite the longer reach, the Terra has a natural and efficient riding position that lets you put the power down very effectively. If you want to stand up and stomp, you'll get a great response from underneath you with very little horizontal flex in the frame. And likewise, if you want to sit down and cruise to the top, you'll have a bike that will dispatch road or gravel climbs very comfortably. The gravel-oriented geometry and vibration reduction properties of the frame don't hinder the Terra when it's trying to climb. What you get is better traction when the road disappears and the rough stuff takes over. There's definitely less buzz through the pedals and the handlebar, which means those features are working as they should, or at least they are while we're climbing. Because we have the M-Team version, we have full carbon wheels, a carbon handlebar and a carbon seat post, resulting in a pretty lightweight build, and this just adds to the Terra's climbing prowess. Our takeaway is that these components are pretty stiff, and whilst that kind of goes against the bike's comfort goals, it does help you when you want to step up your effort and press on. Climbing on the Terra felt less like some of the pure comfort or bike packing gravel bikes, and more like an ultra endurance gravel bike. Not aero and podium chasing like the Terra Race, but somewhere in between, and I think that's a good category to fit into, because you're getting a bike that can really charge and reward your effort but still conquer long rides and let you explore without being fatigued. The views from the top of Kilvey really are worth the steep climb, and once you've taken in the marina, built upon the old docklands famous for its copper industry, and Mumble's lighthouse in the far distance, it's time to start having some fun on the tracks back down. Our descents shifted from pine needle covered paths, flowing and quiet, to hard, dry, dusty gravel with loose chunky stones that kept you on your toes. Point the Terra downhill and the first thing you'll notice is its composure. On the smoother forest paths, where the surface is firm and predictable, it carries good speed and feels well balanced through corners. The steering is direct without being twitchy, giving you the confidence to really let the bike run. It feels like it's in its element here, fast, stable and efficient. Hard-packed gravel and fast, loose descents are handled with similar assurance. The bike tracks well, holds its line, and reacts quickly if you need to make a sudden adjustment. The geometry strikes a good balance between agility and stability, making it easy to move around on the bike without feeling nervous at higher speeds. When the surface gets rougher, think chunky, rock-strewn tracks or heavily rutted sections, the Terra still gets the job done, but it's clear this isn't where it's most at home. You'll feel more of the trail coming through compared to some of the aggressively off-road focused gravel bikes. That said, those burlier options will give up something the Terra holds on to tightly, which is exceptional climbing efficiency. A big part of the Terra's descending comfort comes from the vibration damping built into the carbon frame. Orbea has clearly put thought into managing trail buzz, and it works well. Small chatter from gravel washboard is noticeably reduced. It's not so much that it feels disconnected from the trail, but it's just enough to keep fatigue from building up too quickly on long descents. Up front, the narrow carbon bars on our test bike added a layer of precision to the handling, but they are on the stiffer side. So when you're on a rough, uneven surface for a long stretch, you'll feel more of those impacts through your hands and shoulders. Riders who prioritise comfort might want to swap out for a slightly wider or more compliant bar setup. Our road bike rolled on 45C tyres, and they were impressively quick on mixed surfaces and keeping the bike feeling lively. However, in deeper gravel or looser corners, you can reach the limits of grip and support. The Terra can take up to 50C tyres, and we suspect the extra volume would make it even more capable on chunky descents. Going into this test, we imagined the Terra as a solid bikepacking platform, something you'd load up and cruise on for a couple of days. And whilst it would certainly work in that role, we were surprised to find it has a sharper edge. It's more at home, stripped down, running light, making it a better option for ultra-endurance events where efficiency and comfort need to coexist. In the gravel spectrum, the Terra slots neatly between all-day comfort machines and aggressively race-built rigs. It doesn't chase the aero gains or outright speed of the race model, but it delivers a blend of versatility, climbing ability, and descending control that's hard to match. For riders who want to explore, race occasionally, and cover serious miles on mixed terrain rapidly, it's found a sweet spot that makes it worth considering, especially when you look at the price. Models start from £2,600 and you get the exact same frame as this top spec MT model at £5,749. As you go up the range, you build with lighter parts and more advanced drivetrain options. We were thoroughly impressed by the Terra, albeit a little surprised at just how fast and exciting the ride was when you consider it's a more relaxed adventure-going version of a racing bike. Ultimately, if you're looking to compete frequently on the gravel race scene, then you should bypass this bike and go straight for the Terra Race. But if you want an exciting, performance-first gravel bike that can take on the occasional race and take all of your kit too, then the regular Terra should be one to start looking at. That's our review on the new Orbea Terra. Let us know what you think below in the comments and ask us any questions if you have any. As usual, give us a like if you've enjoyed the review, and please consider subscribing for more reviews coming in the future. That's all for this time. Make sure you head to uprisebikes.com if you're looking for your next, or indeed your first, road, gravel, mountain, hybrid or electric bike.